Today I want to talk about pay yourself first. Now, it's interesting because we've been taught for so long that we're supposed to actually, take care of all these other responsibilities, and then whatever's left is left for us. But today what I want to share with you is that I want you to have a different thought process and perspective. I remember back as a child, my parents were teaching me the value and the importance of saving. I got my little allowance that they gave me, and it was a little $10, and whatever I did with my allowance, well, if I wanted to get things, I could get what I wanted, and if I didn't have enough or I didn't save enough, well, I wasn't able to get what I wanted. Well, the challenge that we've kind of faced as adults is that, well, we've heard that you're supposed to save, but oftentimes when we take care of all the other responsibilities and things that we have to pay for, there's nothing left. And as a result, there being nothing left, we're not in a position for us to actually set anything aside for ourselves. But paying yourself first is such an important principle for a variety of different reasons. The first thing that you need to understand is that, number one, whether you realize it or not, the government pays themselves first out of your check. So whether you understand that you're a priority or not, someone else is taking money before you even get to it, right? So then if that's the case, then yeah, we can go ahead and pay all our responsibilities, but we all know that whatever the responsibilities we have, our money is going to actually kind of go where the priorities are, right? And then as a result, when it's all said and done, we won't have anything left. So here's the philosophy. In a book called Richest Man in Babylon, they talked about paying yourself first. And what they meant was this. Take this simple concept of, I'm going to make sure I set aside 10% of my income and put that 10% of my income aside for me. Now, when I say for me, the first thought that people have is, well, I can spend it on whatever I want to spend it on. No. I know that you have that feeling, that sense, but that's not what I want you to focus on. I want you to understand that instead of just setting that money aside to spend on what you want to spend it on, take that money and prioritize your financial future. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, here's a simple thing to wrap your mind around. First and foremost, we all have things that pop up unexpected, right? We have, bills or emergencies, urgent situations that occur that unfortunately, when they pop up, we're not ready for them. And so what I want to challenge you to do is this. And you can start with a savings account. Go ahead and put that 10% in a savings account to start. Now, I have a different mindset, right? I don't really believe in savings accounts as how you build your real wealth because, as we know, with the cost of living increasing and inflation and all that, your savings account actually is taking your money backwards. And you're like, what? Yes. The cost of living, inflation is higher than the amount that you get as a return on your savings. So what you want to do is actually take that money and invest it somewhere where it can actually give you a higher than a 5% return, right? And let me just be clear. I'm not here as your financial advisor. I'm just here as Coach Cecil, the guy that's here to help you kind of understand some things that can help you live a better life. And so don't look at me and say, hey, Cecil told me to do this. Now, I'm not telling you where to invest your money exactly. I'm telling you to find something that can help you benefit from compound interest. And if you understand the value of that, then what's going to happen is your money's going to start having babies. Now, yeah, you heard me correct. That's right. Your money's going to have babies. That's the goal. Your goal is for your money to have babies. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and put your money somewhere. For us at Window of Wealth, we offer a variety of different things, even cryptocurrency, where you can actually find ways to be able to invest and have your money get a nice return on your investment, right? But the goal here is to show you that you need to prioritize you first. How many of you know when you get on the airplane that the stewardess gets up and says, all right, listen, I want you to go ahead and if the air pressure changes, put your mask on the person next to you first. Anybody ever heard her say that? Heck no. That's not what the stewardess says. The stewardess says, put your mask on yourself first. And the reason why she says that or he says that is because if you don't take care of you first, you can't take care of anyone else. So the first thing you need to do for your financial future, for yourself, for generations to come, is you need to prioritize your personal finances. And it needs to be a consistent habit that you build into your lifestyle, where you decide on a consistent basis, I'm going to focus on setting aside money for me that will grow over time, and that amazing miracle of compound interest allows me now in the long term take care of responsibilities I have. Build wealth, because at some point your goal is for your investments to allow you to have a great retirement, for your investments to allow you to improve your quality of life. How many of us want to be wealthy, right? You don't want to just be living check to check. So if you don't want to live check to check, then you've got to do things that allow you as soon as possible to set aside some money to help you work towards your financial goals. Now, I'm going to end with this. Paying yourself first is about what your dream life looks like. Now, for everyone, it's going to be different. Some people are going to have a dream life where they're focused on just making ends meet. Others, maybe it's a little more extravagant. So what it means for you to pay yourself first and how consistent and how much you choose to set aside will depend on what you want. So have you decided what you want? Do you know what you want? Have you actually come to the place and space where you are clear on what it is you desire in your quality of life? If you don't know, and you can't plan for it. The worst thing you could do is get in your car and say, I'm going to X, Y, and Z destination, and just drive when you don't even know where you're going, right? The biggest mistake that people make is that they, unfortunately, don't actually create a plan. So you have to put it in the GPS, and then you can work towards it. And then the actions you take will get you there if you know where you're going. So then whatever your goal is, whatever your retirement's going to look like, whatever your financial goals, you can't put aside $5 a year and think that'll make you a millionaire. So decide based upon what you want, how you're going to pay yourself first. And guess what? Everything else can fall into place. Again, I'm Cecil Teaches, affectionately known as Coach Cecil. Happy to share with you. And I'm hoping that what I share with you today can help you make better choices, better decisions, and most importantly, help you live your dream life. So as I say every day, if you can dream it, with God you can achieve it. So let's go out, let's make our dreams our reality, because you know what? You deserve it. Bye, y'all. Peace.